We're about to press play on some throwback NSYNC clips. Bruh, when I
Okay.
tell you we have dug into the
Oh
crates
Lord.
to find some moments that you got a lot of explaining to do.
Okay. I
Okay.
don't mind explaining. I'll figure it
Are
out.
you
I'm
are you
nervous.
ready for this? Are you nervous?
Oh, you know
Is
what?
there a moment in
I'm
particular you're like, I hope they don't pull that?
just my gears are spinning in my head to understand where or what or how or any of that stuff is going to come about because I don't know what you're going to say. I have no idea. I have no idea what you're going to say. So I'm ready to hear it. I want to hear what I hopefully don't make a fool of myself.
I can't make any promises, Zuri. You wanna try?
That's a you thing. That's a you thing, Joey.
Let's figure it out. Let's roll. You know what? Rip the Band-Aid off. Rip the Band-Aid
Okay,
off.
let's do it. So let's go back to the year 2000. It
Okay.
was the new millennium. I'm talking
Right.
Y2K. Joey,
Yep.
this was a big year for you and for NSYNC. I call it the era of NSYNC,
Right.
known as the no strings
Rings
attached
attached.
era. You know what I'm saying? It was
Yep.
the paint on
We.
the hard boy denim suits on tour.
Oh
It was
yeah.
the
It was
clowns and
the coming down on the strings with the
Yes.
suits and the patches on the whole
Oh,
the
yeah.
legs and stuff.
MTV VMAs.
All
Y'all
right.
were nominated for 6 awards. Big
Wow.
deal. Huge
Yep.
deal.
Very.
So this is a clip where Access actually asked you guys about being nominated alongside rap phenom
Right.
Eminem, right? And the state of music and the industry in general.
I think it's cool because I mean it shows that a lot of the viewers out there are listening to different types of music. They're not just listening to one. Like when you see TRL on MTV, it's just a whole diverse of different videos and different music, and it's cool because I mean
We share a lot of the same fans. Eminem fans are, like our fans. I mean, our fans love him. So it's like a share.
He's just
You get
as
people-
pop
yeah.
as we are.
you get people that, we'll start to see sometimes we'll see people in our audience, when we do a concert have like corn t-shirts on, stuff like that. It's just it's so diverse. I think it's really cool. A lot of times in Europe, I mean before we started doing stuff, Europe had such a great hold of that because they played just different videos continuously. Other like as far as like MTV, they played different groups, but now they're starting to come together and do different styles.
That's crazy. To
Crazy.
me think, but
That's
it's
20
accurate.
years ago. 20
But
years
here's
ago.
what's crazy about that is it's so more diverse even now than ever because of Spotify, because of all these other things that no one ever had. Like for instance, when we were overseas, you never heard anything. You never really hear any of the other boy bands that were over there because they didn't have a spot. There was nothing else over there except for actual tangible CDs. It had to be brought over or downloaded per se, but not really downloaded. It had to be on probably a floppy disk. Who the hell knows?
Yeah.
Or a CD.
Joey, I want to ask you about that night because obviously it's the VMAs. You guys had a ton of nominations. You took home 3 awards that night, right? You had pop video, choreography, and viewer's choice, and it was all for Bye Bye Bye, which I still remember the dance moves. What do you most remember about one, making that video, and then 2, that night, because you had the epic performance with the video screens, your heads were popping up. Remember?
Well, there's a lot of things that happened that night that for some odd reason, which I never really remember, I remember a lot of this stuff, and I'll tell you something. It's interesting things. Of course, that night was amazing. Recording, doing the video Bye Bye Bye, or even the dance when we first did it was like, what the hell is this? This is stupid.
Right.
Like it was just kind of weird at first.
The little duck hand,
Darren Hansen came up with it in the sense of like, when people used to be like, well, talk, like, yeah, whatever. Talk to the hand, but it was the talk when people used to do that back in the day. It's basically
out of my face. Out of my face.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't talk to me out of my face. Same thing. Exactly. When they're moving their hand. So that's where he came up with that. So I remember doing the choreography for that going, what the heck? But of course it made sense. And I was like, all right, that looks cool as a uniform group when we're all dancing. Big night. If I'm not mistaken, we had an after party. And at the after party, it was an NSYNC and Nelly party at a club called Twist in New York City.
Okay.
Back in the day.
Wow.
It was a gambling party where they gave these chips out. No money was exchanged, but we had like poker tables, roulette, blackjack, we had all these fun things. And if you win a certain amount of chips, you get prizes. But another story about that is, which really sucks, and I've never said this story before, and it broke my heart because of kind of what a douche he was, but I still look up to this man. I'll tell you he was in a second. We're at the party. Mind you, NSYNC party, right? We're at an NSYNC party.
Oh, God.
Like
Celebrities are up. I'm using the old school wind-up camera. I take a picture with Timberland. I take a picture with Left Eye when she was alive. I'm taking a picture with all these people. This dude is standing here talking to somebody. Now we're on a VIP area up on a second balcony looking down at people. I'm standing there looking at this dude. I'm gonna tell you who he is in a minute.
Now you're taking with a disposable camera. You're doing what is now known as a selfie.
Correct. I was doing selfies. I was doing the first few
OG
selfies. I
selfie.
did. Some of it looked like because my head was cut off because either I was too tall or I cut somebody else's head off because they were
You
too
make it
short.
work.
It's real hit or
Make it
miss.
work. So I'm waiting for this dude, and I'm like, holy cow, I can't believe this dude's here. I'm gonna go up and get a picture with him.
Okay.
He's talking to somebody. After he talks with somebody, I go up. I say, hey man, you know, my name's Joe. He goes, oh, I know who you are. I say, do you mind if I take a picture? And he looked at me and went, no, I'd rather not, and turned away as if to talk to somebody, and nobody was there.
Ooh.
And I went, and mind you, of course, I had a
Turned
couple of
around
drinks in
to
me.
talk to nobody.
I had a
over
couple of
taking
drinks.
this
I had a
picture.
couple of drinks in me. So I was like, get this get him out of here. And they're like, yo, we can't. They're literally, my security goes, yeah, we can't kick him out. It's Prince. How are we going to kick him out?
God, you are joking. Joey
Nope.
Fatone is joking.
Not joking.
No.
Okay,
Not joking.
Can I, Joey? Can I tell you something though? Can I tell you something?
Never
though?
told this story, so you got this first.
Oh
I don't think I've
my
ever
God.
said it to anybody.
Wow.
Can I tell you this though? That's
Please
when
do.
you just gotta take on the chin. When Prince say, "I'm not here for the photos,"
You just not
be
taking
like,
no
you be
photos.
like, I
I was like,
throw the photo, throw the
Yeah.
camera into the crowd. What the fuck was I
Yeah.
thinking?
The
Oh.
takeaway for me is not that Prince was there, not that Prince
The
denied
takeaway was he
photo.
looked to talk to somebody else.
You just should have bear hugged him from the back. You just should have like, okay, well then I, love
should
you.
have.
I love you. You know what? I love you so much. I love when you
Right, I
wear
love
purple.
you. I love you so much.
Purple and
Thank
lace
you
is
so
my
much.
favorite. Oh my
It
god.
hurt.
That's
He's a great
amazing.
musician, I gotta say, but obviously he didn't want to take a picture. So
He
Wow.
wasn't
I mean,
really
it
for the
happens.
pictures. He wasn't.
Yeah.
You had to-
But for people out there listening, even celebs get turned down.